Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out 2 more episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, starting with episode 17 Visionary and then heading on to episode 18 Distant Voices. You know, I realized today that we're actually kind of close to finishing season 3 and I'm very sad about that, you know what I mean? Like, I am really enjoying season 3, but at the same time I'm really excited to see what this last half of season 3 has in store. Actually over halfway done now this season, so what this last third of the season has in store for us, because pretty much every episode of season 3 has been a banger and a banger and a banger, and then maybe not so much of a banger, and then a banger, and then a banger, and then a banger. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that Visionary and Distant Voices are both equally amazing episodes as well. And if you'd like to check out more of my reaction, come to my Patreon of uncut and early access reactions to my movies and TV shows that come out up to 3 weeks early, as well as exclusive Patreon merch, live streams, movie polls, movie reactions, and so much more. Thank you so much. If you check it out, let's get back to the video. Okay, as you can see, I am at home right now, but my dog, she's not here. She is not here today. How rude is that? She may join the reaction later, I have no idea, but right now everyone just boo Huxley in the comments. Boo boo Huxley. Anyway, she may join later though. She may join. She does like Star Trek. Maybe she just doesn't know that I'm watching Deep Space Nine today. But anyways, I'm excited for this, so let's dive on into this thing. I hope you enjoy my reaction to episode 17 of season 3 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Visionary.
What happened?
You were rerouting a phase inducer when one of the plasma conduits blew out.
You gotta be more careful, O'Brien. Come on.
Commander, the transports arrived and they're requesting permission to dock.
No, they must leave now. Can you imagine?
Them there.
Romulans? That's a Klingon.
How long is this overhaul gonna take?
2 days at least.
Oh my god, Odo is so done.
Our intelligence reports on the Dominion. I want you to keep a close eye on the Klingons.
Oh, the Romulans are here. Are they gonna be helping Starfleet? That would be sick. Oh cool, we don't get that many Romulans in Deep Space Nine, so this is awesome.
I know it's been a long trip, so perhaps you'd like
We
to...
are not interested in your accommodations, Commander. We are here for your intelligence.
We are here for strictly business purposes.
This will be the foul line. We need to put a mark.
Oh my god, there's gonna be a dartboard at Quark's? At Quark's?
Trust me, Quark. Darts and bars go together like bacon and eggs. At least
They do actually.
feathers. It's a game of skill, Quark. And it's not easy. Go ahead.
Watch Quark get a bullseye straight away.
No!
Oh no, not Frank Bourne! No!
Chief O'Brien,
What is it, Quark?
the Klingons just destroyed 2 of my hollow suites. I need a maintenance crew.
Wait, what's happening? Wait, what's happening? Is that the future? I think he went into the future. I think he saw his future in some way. Because the Klingons using the hollow suite, the Klingons are on the station for 2 days. Interesting. Also guys, I got a drink today. Victorian lemonade. I don't know, I just found it in my fridge. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Cheers everyone. Cheers to another good day of Star Trek. Ooh. Sour. Ooh.
I'm giving you some acinyliathin for the pain.
What about the vision I had?
Yeah, he saw the future.
Mild hallucinations are also a fairly common side effect of
Imagine if you
radiation
see
poisoning.
something crazy, like the Dominion attacking DS9 or something.
He was complaining about some Klingons. He said they'd damaged 2 of his hollow suites.
Well,
Oh, and that's why O'Brien looked to the right, because in the future he's like, oh my god, I was here in the past.
The Dominion represents the greatest threat to the Alpha Quadrant in the last century.
Yeah, they do.
I have one of the founders of the Dominion on this very station. He should be able to tell us everything we need to know about
No, he's not really a founder.
the real source of power behind the Dominion.
Yeah, but he's not
Yes.
really part of them.
And Odo is a changeling.
But he...
Okay, but can you let them speak?
We shouldn't have to remind you of the importance both our governments place on continuing to carry out this agreement.
I forgot that the cloaking device on the Defiant
In many years,
was this treaty.
reports you may have made to Starfleet Command.
I'll have to clear that with Starfleet.
Then do it.
I love how tense it is between these two people, you know what I mean? Between Starfleet and Romulans. But they're trying to work together. And I feel like they need to work together for the Dominion.
The Klingons just destroyed 2 of my holosuites. I need a maintenance crew.
There it is!
Why don't you
Oh, wait! Oh, wait. He actually can see himself. Like, O'Brien actually physically appears.
I have heard a couple of theories that ambient low-level radiation could have a temporal...
Oh, it happened again. Okay, well, this is bound to happen with these Klingons on board. Oh, but Klingons versus Romulan fight versus Starfleet fight. And then more. You see Mort in the background? You see him? I'm not fighting, guys.
No, sir. There was nothing to indicate that it was today, tomorrow, next week.
Yeah, but the Klingons were still there.
So, they want unrestricted access to the Defiant, and they also want complete access to all our personal...
They really want everything.
Quadrant, so they've never encountered the Dominion. So they're completely dependent on us for information.
Yeah, that does make sense.
But like Ruan said, they've lived up to their part of the bargain. We have to do everything we can to live up to ours.
Yeah, Sisko's very rational here, actually.
Try to be diplomatic.
I'm always diplomatic.
Well, Kira, well, well...
The most ridiculous thing I ever heard, and I...
Diplomacy.
And you did abandon the Defiant prematurely when it was attacked by the Jem'Hadar.
Odo did, actually.
had already put me aboard the shuttle, and we had escaped. I did not abandon the ship prematurely.
Yeah, she wouldn't have if she was conscious.
No way to get to the bridge, and...
Why were you in Odo's quarters when the ship was attacked?
We were...
Good question.
You are the only member of the Defiant's crew who was not taken prisoner. Why?
They're very suspicious of her.
Has Odo ever shown any kind of physical interest in you, Major?
He actually does love you, you know. We are getting so much Frank Morn in this episode, guys. Best episode of the show by far.
There. That's the game.
The fight's gonna happen right now.
The fight. You have changed the future. Security's here, and Quark says he won't
No,
let the
but what
Klingons
if
back in the
that
bar.
enabled the future?
I'll beat you at another 10 games. But I can't help getting the feeling.
Oh no. Oh no, here we come.
Who let these filthy patach in here?
Maybe we should show them the way out.
And then,
Oh no.
you were
But I was what?
interested in me.
Oh well, he is! Odo's like, what are you talking about? Oh my god. O'Brien from the past influenced the future. Oh my god. Another one. Another one.
Miles?
Oh my god. You killed him. You killed yourself. You distracted him and he's dead.
Chief, it's all right. You collapsed outside Quark's about an hour ago.
No, he's going to die soon. How do you avoid that? Jeez, what do you do? What do you do? I don't want Miles to die. I don't want him to die.
If you gentlemen will step down the corridor, I'll open the panel and take a look. Don't worry.
It could also be put in later.
Nothing.
You're sure this is the right panel?
Absolutely.
I just don't think the thing has been activated or placed yet.
Moved you to about 5 hours in.
That means someone will place a device in this panel in the next few hours.
Put a camera or put Odo there.
Why would someone want to booby-trap a walled panel?
I suggest we place a surveillance device in this corridor.
That's what I'm saying. I should be chief of security.
Neutron star.
Or a quantum singularity. And singularities are known to send out waves of temporal displacement.
Yes, I knew that.
Chief absorbed during the conduit breach.
So you're saying that it could be pulling O'Brien's body like a magnet?
Exactly.
Interesting.
But might stop.
It's going to take time. You may experience 1 or 2 more time shifts before I can...
1 or 2 more, that's good.
When can we start?
Right away.
I kind of hope he jumps like 2 years into the future and just sees like hell, like the Dominion attacking or something.
I moved the entire Romulan delegation to Section 47, Level 2, in the habitat ring.
Okay.
Where O'Brien saw himself being killed is right outside those quarters.
Interesting.
Bulkhead themselves, or someone else will. Possibly to be used against the Romulan.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe it was an accident killing O'Brien.
He already has that corridor under surveillance. Let's see how this thing plays out before we make any further moves.
Just don't let O'Brien go to that panel. Like, just tell him don't, under any circumstances, go there.
A transporter beam a short time ago. They beamed the device directly into the wall.
Interesting. Who could have done that?
To conduct covert surveillance of the Romulans, my leading suspects would be the Klingons.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, not yet. But don't worry. I plan to investigate.
I bet it was Frank. I bet it was him.
You think Quark had something to do with this?
I always investigate Quark.
That's so true. I think he just does it for fun.
I'm feeling my own neck for a pulse that wasn't there.
Could have been worse.
At least you saw yourself when you die.
Really hurt to take a look at the numbers coming up on the wheel? I could make it worth your while.
You can rig the game a little bit. No, don't get out of here. Stay in the bar.
Can you believe that? I'm being pulled into the future and all he can think about is...
Oh my god. Who's under the sheet? What if it's Bashir? Wait, no, Brian's still dead. There is a plot to kill O'Brien here, and I don't like it.
It didn't show up on any of the diagnostics. I couldn't tell what had happened until I was doing the autopsy.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
But now he can save him again. Months!
5 hours back into the past. I should have enough time to find the damage and repair it before this happens.
Oh, no.
Let me die.
I didn't just let you die.
He probably tried so hard.
He just gives up.
Yeah, well, maybe my doctor wasn't.
That's funny.
But then I realized that a portable transporter is a rather large and bulky piece of equipment.
So did they use the food replicator?
Then I began thinking about the replicator.
Yes, yes.
A very sophisticated, very professional job.
Okay, probably not done by Klingons.
I think I have the answer to that as well.
Really? You think it was the Romulans doing it to themselves?
A planet on the Klingon border. In fact, Davlos does over 90% of its trade with the Klingon Empire.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the Klingons anymore.
With the current administration, this former operative sent me a series of reports.
Get to the point, yeah.
Are part of a covert strike force.
Wait, what?
Directly to the Klingon High Council.
Wait, what?
Well, sometimes I have to remind you just how good I am.
That's so true.
And I think I can question them until the Romulan delegation leaves the station.
Fair enough.
Why?
Because if you don't, I'm gonna die in less than 5 hours.
Oh, yes.
In the future.
Oh. Well, who am I to argue with me?
This is an outrage!
This is an O'Brien Bashir episode, basically. I love them so much.
When my family finds out what you have done, they will come here and kill you.
I doubt that.
Will they actually?
Be persuaded to let you go without contacting your friends in intelligence.
Interesting. They are in intelligence. Seems like Odo's friend was right. They are part of Klingon's secret intelligence, KSI.
The last treatment, but after that, there should be no more time shifting.
Please shift one more time, O'Brien. Please shift one more time.
Time shifts.
Is there any way to break it out of its orbit and send it on its way?
Well, we were hoping to station.
Oh, yes.
Come on, hurry up. We don't have much time.
Wait, there's an evacuation going on. What's going on? They're evacuating the station. Oh my god. Oh my god, the station's blowing up.
I got as many people as I could in here. I don't know what happened to the others.
Wow, the station blew up! And everyone died, it seemed. That was absolutely nuts to butts insane. The station's gone, the wormhole's gone. Yeah, it's bigger. It's bigger than anything we've had.
Explosions, which might indicate we were under attack.
No, I'm not sure.
It looked like they were under attack, but I think it was internal.
If I could travel into the future again, this time just before the destruction of DS9.
Yes.
Be able to find out what's going to happen, then...
Genius, man.
But those isotopes are toxic. It could cause permanent damage to your nervous system, might even kill you.
Okay, but the station's going to explode. And the wormhole.
Jump. Each time you traveled into the future, you've always gone 5 hours.
Yeah, so you're going to be after the explosion.
Decay constant of the isotope that we inject you with to match the frequency of the singularity.
Okay, Bashir, let's do that.
It'll inject you with a 2 rad dose of delta isotopes. Now, if our calculations are right, that should put you about 3 hours into the future.
3 hours? Okay.
Your body will be experiencing symptoms of severe radiation poisoning. If you don't get treatment, it will kill you.
So every second he's there, he's dying slowly. This is really cool.
Miles. Miles, wake up. What?
Hello, it's me.
That's why I'm here. I have to find out what's going to happen and then travel.
Look at his acting. You can feel the pain that he's experiencing.
But if you feel bad and you're my past self, shouldn't I feel bad too? I hate temporal mechanics.
That's the writers going.
Let's sensor sweep of the entire station. Look for anything that might indicate a...
I think that would indicate something.
Cloaked off of lower pylon 2.
Romulan warbird? I told you it seemed like an
Lock
attack.
faces
I
and
told you
return
it
fire.
seemed like an attack. But I was like, I wouldn't be an attack, right? We didn't see a ship.
Try to reroute phasers through the emergency power couplings.
Why are the Romulans angry, though?
Priority to power their warp core. That's what we've been detecting. That's what's causing the time...
Interesting.
Poisoning it.
Look at this shot, though. This would have been pretty complicated to do.
Just activated.
No!
The return trip. Me?
One of the O'Briens is dying. Go, O'Brien. And this version of O'Brien just died, bro.
Brian to Cisco.
Go ahead, Chief.
I've been to the future, Commander.
He's dead. I want to see someone try and timeline this episode.
I don't understand it. Your body should be flooded with Delta Series radiation, but there's only a tiny amount.
Yeah, I'm not him.
There's been a change.
I really have nothing else to say.
The only difference between this O'Brien and another one is 3 hours.
I know you have a cloaked warbird orbiting the station, and I know that you're planning an attack.
Yeah, punk.
Then I remembered what you said about the Dominion, how they were the greatest threat to the Alpha Quadrant.
Close the wormhole.
And the only way you could ever be truly safe from the Dominion would be to collapse the wormhole.
Yeah, and exploding DS9 would do that.
We had to destroy the station, too. That way, there'd be no witnesses.
That makes so much sense.
Retract the Tetrion emissions back to your warbird, and I have about 50 photon torpedoes locked on.
That's awesome.
I think it's time we left.
Yeah, these scheming little punk-faced noodle brains over here better leave.
You know, maybe this life belongs to that other Miles O'Brien.
Listen, Chief, whether you're living in...
Wait, this is interesting now, too.
Wait! Chief! Wait!
Oh, that's the episode. That was a fun episode, guys. That was a good O'Brien and kind of O'Brien Bashir episode there. But I really enjoyed that. I can't wait to talk about that one, actually. It was just really fun. And that was my reaction to Visionary, episode 17 of season 3 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And that was just a really fun episode. We've had maybe an O'Brien episode or two this season, but not really an O'Brien episode. So it was really nice to actually have like a full-on O'Brien episode. And this was also not just an O'Brien episode, but an O'Brien and Bashir episode, which was so much fun. I know it wasn't 100% an O'Brien Bashir episode. You know, they weren't the only ones maining in this episode, but they were kind of the two leads of this episode. And I love O'Brien and Bashir episodes. If you guys have been keeping up with my reactions to Star Trek Deep Space Nine, you know that some of my favorite episodes have been some of the O'Brien Bashir episodes because the actors' chemistry together is so much fun. And the way that they joke with each other is so much fun because it seems like they hate each other, but they actually just like respect each other and they do care about each other now and stuff. And just their relationship, the way they play racquetball, and now it's darts together and stuff. I can't wait for the next game that they play. First it was racquetball, now it's darts. I bet the next one's like space golf or something like that, or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, just a really fun episode with Romulans. We have some time travel to the future. Really lucky that O'Brien shocked himself at the start of this episode and got those, I don't know, the particles or whatever inside of him, because if he hadn't, the station would have blown up. And I think it'd be really fun if someone could like timeline this episode, because like when O'Brien travels to the future and then travels back and then changes the future, do those futures keep carrying on like separate branches? You know what I mean? There's like a timeline, right? And O'Brien goes to the future, changes it, and then that now old future branches off from the main future now and stuff like that. You know, are they branches, or do those futures just cease to exist? And then also with the new O'Brien coming in here, the one from that, I guess let's pretend that we have those branching timelines, right? The one from that main timeline actually died because of the radiation, right? Because of the particles. And so he sent the other O'Brien back. And while he's not so different from the original O'Brien, he does have 3 hours extra life. You know what I mean? He's been alive 3 hours extra longer. He's not the one from that original timeline. If we're doing the branching timeline thing again, remember, he's not the one from the original timeline. He'd be from one of those branches. And so I really liked the conversation that O'Brien had at the end, actually, where he was just like, yeah, I don't know, I feel like I don't belong here at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm a little bit of the odd one out. And that makes so much sense, because technically this isn't the life that he was supposed to live. He was supposed to live a different life with a different outcome and stuff like that, but he's here now. But I guess he just has to make the most of it. You know what I mean? You can't complain. You just got to make the most of it. You get to see Keiko again. You get to see Molly again. It's all going to be fun and game. But yeah, I thought this was just a really fun episode with an interesting mystery. We got to see a flippin' Romulan ship. I forget what it was called now, but you know, the big warships just attacking DS9. We got to see DS9 explode, which was so awesome. Something I never thought I would see in the show is DS9 exploding, but I guess I should have thought maybe there'd be like a I don't know, a potential future explosion like there was in this episode, but I never thought about that. So really cool seeing the station explode. It's cool seeing the wormhole collapse. The Romulan plan actually made a lot of sense, because they really fear the Dominions so much that they're willing to destroy DS9 and destroy the wormhole in order for the Dominion to not come out of the Gamma Quadrant. You know what I mean? So that made a lot of sense. I really liked when Kira was talking to Odo about how the Romulans were like, yeah, you know, the Romulans think that you like me. And Odo's like, what? That's crazy. I don't like you. I thought that was really fun as well. And there was a lot of Frank Morn in this episode. So much Frank Morn, actually, that we actually got a close-up of him with darts on his chest and his arm. So that was, I don't know, what best episode of all time, because we got so much Frank Morn. Whenever Frank Morn is in an episode, it automatically goes from amazing to insanely amazing. You know what I mean? Like, it should be its own tier. Like, whenever he makes an appearance, it's like boom, it pushes it up one tier, because just how awesome that character is. And yeah, I thought it was funny that Morn is actually like a wimp in fights, but I was thinking that because we've discussed this before, that Frank Morn is kind of the god of the universe. You know what I mean? He kind of is the overseeing being, the most powerful being in the Star Trek universe, that he actually wouldn't fight. Like, he would pretend to be a coward, because if he did fight, he'd probably destroy the whole station in one punch. Like, if he pokes someone viciously or with intent, it's probably like the end of their life instantly. Like, that's how powerful he is. So I can understand why he would pretend to be a coward. So I think that he was just saving his strength. He was just trying to hide his true abilities from the crowd, if you know what I mean. But yeah, really fun episode overall. We also got to see some Klingon Secret Service people, which was really awesome. And yeah, excited for the next episode, because the thumbnail has Garrick, and every Garrick episode is great. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed my reaction to episode 18 of season 3 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Distant Voices.
Can I interest you in some more Yigrish cream pie?
No, thank you, Doctor.
We start with the best couple.
Well, the truth is, I'm trying to lose a little weight.
Aw, Garrick, you don't need to lose weight.
Speaking of hollow sweets, happy birthday.
It's your birthday, Bashir. Oh, never mind. But that's so nice of him.
Of one of Shogoth's Enigma tales. Is it? I see.
He's like, yeah, I don't like this.
Enigma tales is that they all end the same way. All the suspects are always guilty.
Is Lieutenant Dax throwing one of her surprise parties for you?
Oh my god, don't ruin it. Oh, never mind, he already knows.
This year is a little different.
How so?
This will be my 30th birthday.
Oh, congratulations.
Marks the end of youth and the beginning of the slow march into middle age.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's just that when you hit 30...
You realize that you're old.
Garak, In 2 days, I turn 30. If I choose to be grumpy about it, that's my prerogative.
By all means.
Oh, here comes Quark.
My friend, Altavar here is looking to purchase a small quantity of...
Altavar, what a cool name. What a cool looking alien.
I thought so. You see? I told you.
Ask him again.
I'm willing to pay whatever's necessary. Name your price.
Whatever is necessary.
You might want to warn your friend that even attempting to obtain biomimetic gel is a felony under Federation.
Really?
We just introduced a new lunch menu at the bar.
Goodbye, Quark.
What am I saying? Garrick and Bashir just need a kiss and everything would be good. What are you doing? What are you doing to my man Bashir? What happened to my man Bashir? See, I know there are other doctors on DS9, but none of them are as good as Bashir. So if Bashir is injured, the station's screwed. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Wow, I went way too long on that one.
Bashir to security.
What's happened? Why did security not respond? And why are the lights flickering?
Bashir to ops.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Computer. Locate Commander Cisco. Computer, respond.
What's going on here? Is this a sexy Bashir episode though? Yeah, fix the chair. That'll fix everything.
Hello?
It's like Star Trek horror a little bit. I do hear distant voices though.
Is there anybody there?
What the heck? This is spooky. He does have white in his hair. I was going to ask that, but then I was like, no, I don't think he does. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but he does have white in his hair. Do you think this is the future? Do you think this is in his head? I wonder what's going on.
Okay. What is it? What's going on? Tell me.
He's going to kill us.
Who?
He's going to kill us all.
Who are you so afraid of?
Is it that alien that we saw?
Quark, you have got to tell me.
Oh my god. This is a Star Trek horror show.
Found us. We've got to get out.
Oh
Wait!
God. Goodbye, Quark. You're dead.
Quark.
Seeing the station empty is actually so unnerving, isn't it? It looks like it's peeing, don't you think? Oh my god!
Garrick!
Doctor!
Garrick, you're still alive.
I was looking for Constable Odo. Everyone on the station seems to have disappeared.
Yeah.
Bar, he believes that someone is terrorizing the station, and I'm not sure I disagree with him.
Okay, so why are these three here? Like, what's significant about them?
In Quark's tearing up
These
the place.
three were the ones at the cable
believe
with that other guy.
When everything went dead.
I can't believe that you, Quark, and I are the only people left on this station.
It has to be that alien, right? That we saw at the very start. It's a grudge he has or something.
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Oh, only Bashir hears it though. That's interesting.
But then Cardassian hearing is not quite as acute as humans. Doctor...
I wonder if these are people in the real world or in the... I don't know. Where Bashir actually should be. This is so spooky. Oh my god, run. Oh my god, run. You gotta run. God, this is giving me like alien vibes, you know what I mean?
Level H1, Section A.
Oh my god. It is you, you little punk face. You little shrimp nugget. Bashir's looking pretty good though with those gray streaks in his hair. I hear everyone else.
Sometimes
Dax,
I think maybe
Kira.
I would.
Oh, wait, Bashir's really old right now.
It'll take hours. Too many systems have been
Why is
sabotaged. All my
Bashir
work
so
crews are missing, and I
old?
cannot make...
Why is he aging?
You mean Altavar?
You know him.
We've met. He attacked me in the infirmary.
Oh, well, now he's trying to kill us all. But...
And no one's mentioning it. Only Garrick mentioned it.
Scan the occupants of this room for any anomalies.
Doctor, what are you doing?
You're all acting very strange.
Yeah, O'Brien used to be in the army. He would want to fight.
None of this would be happening if security had done its job.
That's enough!
The makeup's really good on him.
I'd say there is. Have you looked in a mirror lately?
Hold on.
Finally, they mention it.
What are these so-called voices saying?
That's just the problem. I can't make out the words.
This is so cool.
And while you try to figure it out, I'll find the Lethian and stop him from sabotaging any of the other systems.
And what good will that do? You have no idea where...
The camera works really good in this episode.
Oh, calm down, Dax. You're not going anywhere. No one is. There are too many strange things going on this station.
This would be a fun episode to film.
To the station, your abnormal behavior.
You think it's all connected somehow?
Oh no, just jumped in. You think it's all connected?
There's a computer processing junction near here.
This is a long take, by the way, guys.
See what you can do, Chief.
Constable, would you stop doing that?
Doing what?
Looking around like that.
Why is everyone so irritated?
Audio only.
Well, let's hear it.
I'm patching it through.
4 cc's of quarter Z, but there was no...
That sounds like you, Lieutenant.
I think Bashir is having a procedure.
We haven't been able to counteract the telepathic damage. His motor functions are minimal.
Bashir is dying on a bed somewhere. This is inside his head.
Telepathically induced coma. And unless we can get him out of it, he'll be dead in less than 3 hours.
Interesting. He has to get himself out of it, probably.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means that the voices were telling the truth.
This is a dream.
In a coma.
Do you think people think like this in comas? You know, some people are out for sometimes years in a coma. Do you think they have vivid dreams, or do you think it's just like darkness?
You wanna know what this means? This tricorder is broken.
That's all it means.
Nation.
But don't you see? That is why you are all behaving so strangely.
I'm not behaving strangely.
Actually, O'Brien's the most unstrange one here with Odo.
A paranoid, a coward, a hothead, and me?
He picked the best team.
You're saying I'm you.
In a manner of speaking.
And I suppose...
Interesting. There are all these different emotions of him then.
Aspects of my personality. Different voices.
Quark was fear.
I would say that you represent my doubt and my disbelief.
No.
Yes.
You represent my sense of suspicion and fear.
That makes sense.
You've always represented my confidence and sense of adventure.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's pretty rizzy, you know what I mean? He rizzed her up in his mind.
He represents the telepathic damage that the real Lethian did to my mind.
So if you can kill him in here, then he can get out of the coma, maybe.
It's not the station he's sabotaging.
It's your mind.
It's my mind.
Let's go.
To hear what was happening in the real world.
It's like he restored your hearing.
Exactly.
So fix the station and fix Bashir.
What happens to us?
Oh my god.
Jadzia!
Oh, we're playing some racquetball now. This is awesome.
How did I get here?
But this is like actually tennis, not racquetball.
Oh, you wouldn't have me any other way. Oh, I'm getting...
It actually is tennis.
I'd be delighted. I wonder if any of them plays tennis.
Garrick is still 100% Garrick, even in Bashir's dreams. Oh, wow.
With 2 cc's of Pedrazine.
How did you know that?
Well, he's you.
You represent my professionalism and my skill.
That makes sense.
Look after things here. I won't be long.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god. That's just cheating at this point. Oh my god.
You're
Face
not
to
going
faces.
anywhere, Doctor.
Punch him in the head.
Trapped on this station, watching while I destroy you piece by piece.
Interesting.
I put you out of your misery.
Wow. This is very intentional.
Can't outrun death.
That was kind of a tough line. So this is like intentional. He meant for this to happen, and it's almost like the other alien can control this. He can't control it, but it's almost like he can in a way. Oh my god, he's old. And Odo is sludge.
The Lethian. He came out of nowhere.
Oh no.
To get there while I still can.
I love old Bashir. He'd make a good granddad.
What the hell are you doing here?
I've got to get to Ops.
You'll never make it.
Pessimistic.
Gotta stop him. Look at you. You look like you've got 1 foot in the grave already.
How do we get back here?
You tell me. It's your mind.
Did they just do a loop?
Pulse is steady. Blood pressure is dropping steadily.
That's actually him too.
I could have told you that just by looking at you.
Ha!
That was such an old man, ha.
Excuse me. Pardon.
They're betting on his life.
On how much longer you have to live. What organ will fail first? Ultimate cause.
Oh my days.
Who am I to stop you?
O'Brien?
All bets are off.
Oh my god. This episode is insane-o, you know. This alien is like Freddy Krueger or something, you know what I mean?
Doctor, let's get you out of here.
I've got to get to Ops.
What does Garrick represent? The romance.
Broken my hip. I can't walk.
He's so old he broke his hip. Oh, poor guy.
Stand, let alone walk.
But other than that, I feel wonderful.
This is such a creative episode, don't you think? I feel like the creators definitely watched The Nightmare Before Elm Street. The Nightmare on Elm Street right before writing this episode.
What is this?
Happy birthday.
It's your surprise party.
Birthday to you.
Who is this woman seductively singing?
You, Doctor, you have a fascinating mind.
I'm sorry.
This is what he wants his birthday to be.
But I think if I can reroute.
Even him walking up the stairs is pretty stressful to me.
But I'm not really Garrick, am I? I'm just another part of you.
He's just a plain and simple tailor inside Bashir's mind. That's not the panel.
Extensive.
Oh, Bashir, come on, man.
But you're only delaying the inevitable.
Come on, Bashir.
Doesn't sound like me.
Why so many tennis balls? Bashir, stop thinking about tennis.
What part of me do you represent? Is it my conscience?
I said love.
Sense of humor?
Okay, don't die laughing now, Bashir. The makeup, incredible.
I don't even think you belong here. At all.
Interesting.
You.
Oh my god. It's the Lethian.
Inside your head, I know all about you.
Bashir doesn't give up.
You wanted to be a tennis player, didn't you?
Oh. But that's gone.
You were good enough. But you knew your parents wouldn't approve of it.
Interesting.
And you became a doctor instead.
Yeah, but he's a great doctor.
You should have been first in your class. What went wrong?
What did go wrong?
You mistook a preganglionic fiber for a postganglionic nerve.
That's right.
Is that a hard mistake to make?
Postganglionic nerves aren't anything alike.
Oh.
You purposely answered the question wrong.
Is it because he wanted to go to DS9?
Then let's talk about Lieutenant Dax.
Okay, okay. I like this alien now. He's going places. He's like making Bashir go places.
About that.
Wait.
Oh.
Where are you going?
He's running. The old man's running away.
The nerve center of the real world, but this is the center of my world.
Oh, genius.
That it is as easy for you as you say it is.
Oh, the lights are on.
Why can't you just accept it?
Because that is what you want me to do.
Yeah, but she doesn't give up.
Take Dax. I do have feelings for her.
Of course.
She's my friend. You know, friend.
Okay, okay, Bashir.
Is concerned, I may have been a good tennis player, but I am a great doctor.
Okay.
Activate quarantine field 3J.
Go, old Bashir. Go, old Bashir.
Sterilization.
Oh my days. See you later, chum.
Cardassians don't believe in luck, Doctor. You survived because you're strong.
Yeah, I agree with Garrick here.
Life at 100 plus, turning 30. Doesn't seem that bad anymore.
Oh, we're gonna get that surprise party now?
Is how your mind ended up casting me in the role of the villain.
Don't take it the wrong way.
After all this time, all our lunches together, you still don't trust me. There's hope for you yet, Doctor.
It's a good thing that you don't trust me. See that gentle touch on Bashir's arm? They're in love. I can't stress it enough. They're in love. They are in love. But that was such a fun episode. That was the most horror episode DS9 has gotten so far. The first, 10 minutes of that episode were kind of creepy, I gotta say. Yeah, really fun episode overall. And that was my reaction to Distant Voices, episode 18 of season 3 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and another really good episode. A very confusing episode for the first 20 minutes, and then a really intriguing episode for the rest of it once we figure out that we are in Bashir's mind. But I mean, okay, those first 20 minutes or 15 minutes or however long it took before we realized that we were in Bashir's mind, that those first 20 minutes were actually kind of eerie and kind of creepy, and the closest that Star Trek in my viewing of Star Trek has gotten to a horror ambiance and a horror setting and stuff like that. You know, the emptiness of Deep Space Nine, you know, those hallways that are usually full of clutter and people. It's just deserted and clean and dark, and it's just so spooky. It's like unnerving and unnatural, because that's not what it's supposed to look like at all, right? You get Bashir walking through the hallways, and he stops and he turns and the lights turn off. Boom, 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 boom. You know, they turn off and they go closer and closer and closer to him. That was terrifying. That just felt like straight out of a horror movie or of a horror show or something like that. You know, we had just this really strange atmosphere with this monster or thing lurking around, which turned out to be this alien called Altovar or something like that. Altivar, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it was just so creepy and good and not what I was expecting. And then we also had the mystery of why the heck was Bashir turning old? Why is he hearing these distant voices? You know what I mean? And everything just made no sense. Like, it made no sense at all. But then when he said, it must be in my mind, I was like, oh, that is the only logical explanation, to be honest with you. Like, that makes so much sense. And I loved how he kind of compartmentalized. I can't say that word at the moment, but you know what I'm trying to say. People and like the actual people into like parts of his brain. You know what I mean? Like, O'Brien was pessimism and stuff like that. Kira was like more aggressive, you know what I mean? I just found that really interesting. And Garrick, he put as the villain, which was so funny. And then Garrick was like, yeah, you're going places, Bashir, because you don't trust me. There's hope for you yet. You know what I mean? With that little elbow touch right there. Like, they have to be in love, guys. Come on, they have to be in love. But yeah, just seeing the episode unfold was just really fun and very creative. And the villain, Altovar, I think that's how you say his name, was a very creative villain, and it just reminded me of Freddy Krueger a lot. Like, I said this in the reaction, but it just felt like the writers watched A Nightmare on Elm Street and then they wrote this episode. They're like, let's do a Freddy Krueger type episode, and then they wrote this episode because obviously, like, the Altovar, he couldn't kill anyone in the dream, you know what I mean? Like, he could obviously kill the figments of Bashir's imagination, but he couldn't actually kill Bashir. Like, he was powerless to kill Bashir. He was just doing everything he could to stop Bashir from waking his mind. And so if Bashir awaked his mind or something, then he would leave the coma. Yeah, coma, not comma. Comma is a English grammatical thing there. But I don't know, he was just so freaky at times and so interesting. His voice was kind of deep and booming. He looked so cool. I loved the little horns that kind of came out of his face here and there. I don't know, it was just so awesome. awesome. The makeup and prosthetics in this episode was so good, especially old man Bashir. Just watching him age, they did a really good job with that age progression, starting with the white hair and then a little bit more white hair, and then you get the wrinkles, you get those mouth wrinkles, and then you get like really old. And the actual actor for Bashir did a really great job as well, because as he got older you could see this kind of hunch happening, and he would start to kind of like shake, almost like he just kind of was losing control of his body a little bit more. And it just really sold the old man aesthetic, because if he was looking like an old man but walking fairly normally, or even walking with a little hunch but still walking like fairly normally, it wouldn't have sold that he was getting old. But he really was hunched, he was shaking all the time, you know what I mean? He was taking these really tiny steps, he was balancing on things, you know, with his hands and stuff, and leaning on tables as he was walking. Like, I don't know, the actor just really sold being old. The only thing that you could tell that he wasn't old was his voice, and obviously it's going to be kind of hard to do an old man voice if you're young, because a voice is going to sound way different than just like trying to do a bad Batman voice, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I just loved this episode. It was so unique and so different than a lot of the other episodes we watched because of the horror angle that it took, and I just had so much fun. I'll be smiling about it tonight going, wow, we got to see old man Bashir and we got a horror DS9 episode. For at least the first 15 minutes, we got a horror DS9 episode, which again was really, really cool. And I think I'm going to end the review there. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. And yeah, 2 fantastic episodes today. If you would like to check out more of my reactions, again, you can head over to my Patreon. I'm 3 weeks ahead on Patreon right now on DS9, which means you can check out episode 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Wait, let me do this again. Which means you can check out up to episode 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24, which means I only have one more video, and that's the finale that I haven't watched. I'm all the way up to the penultimate video before that finale of season 3, and I probably enjoyed every second. Next week on YouTube, we're going to be watching episode 19, Through the Looking Glass, and episode 20, Improbable Santa Claus, Improbable Cause, which I think is going to be so much fun. Through the Looking Glass, it looks like it's an alternate universe episodes, because it looks like Evil Kira's on the thumbnail, which again, sad that the thumbnails spoil this stuff sometimes, but it is what it is. It's not going to like deter my enjoyment of the episode, because I love alternate universe episodes. But it looks like an alternate universe episode. It might not be, it just might be Kira in like a cool outfit or something. Anyways, hope to see you next week, or see you on Patreon for my up to 3 weeks ahead reactions. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next Star Trek Deep Space Nine reactions.